I'm back with you for a new episode of Tim Talk with your host, which is me, Timothy Flood. Today is the last day of June, June 30th, 2026. It's been a wild couple of days this past weekend, especially here in our area. Been a lot of rain, a lot of flooding. A couple people passed. One was just ridiculous. A guy, 45-year-old man, was out driving drunk in all that rain and flipped his car, and apparently had two kids in the car with him, and they ended up upside down in a creek, and him and one of the kids made it out, but his son, 15-year-old son, ended up passing, and they didn't get him out in time, I guess. I don't know. It's just really sad. And then you see this dude's mugshot, and he just wanted to. You try to be a good Christian, but it's just like it makes you want to do something you really shouldn't do to that person when he's got that smug look on his face in his mugshot after he just basically killed his own son by deciding to drive with his son in the car with him. Let's see, other than that, it's, my life is pretty much the same. Did get to go to my grandson's first birthday party over at my daughter's house, which was amazing. My daughter is amazing. My grandchildren are the most amazing, precious little people on the face of the planet. They're beautiful. They have my whole heart and my soul, and I just love seeing them. Love the innocence of children. They haven't been scarred by the realities of what this life is. And, as a parent, protect that innocence. Sustain that innocence for them as long as you can. Let them not experience the harsh, cold realities that this world has to offer, and keep them safe and protected. Let them be kids as long as they can. Just let them be. Let them be. Lucas, he turned 1, and then Aubrey, her birthday's a couple 3 weeks after his. She just turned 4. So they're really close in age. They're going to grow up together. It's going to be really fun for them. They have great parents. My daughter Abby married a really, really good, solid man. He's a good man. He takes care and provides and loves his family, and hard worker. He's just a good man. Abby picked out a good man. Great father to those children. Good husband to Abby. I'm so happy for that. Let me think. What was on Mama's getting he's still going through some of her rehab or therapy, physical therapy. Drew comes out once a week. He's really good therapist. He takes good care of her and goes at a speed that is comfortable for her. But, I can see there are subtle things that show the progression of her Alzheimer's, and I don't say nothing to her because I don't want to scare her. I don't want her to be fearful. I just want to let, just be compassionate and, just let it do its thing, and no need to talk about it. She knows what it is. We know what it is. We know what's coming. So just live the best life you can while you still got it. And I am not gonna really go into the, because it's for her dignity. I don't want to talk too much about it. Other than, what I'm feeling from it, I will discuss that. What me and my brother are dealing with. It's hard. It's just hard for her to get around, and, at that age. And we fear, because she's fallen so many times, we're very, very cautious, and so yeah, I mean, as for me, I'm just taking it day by day, just doing what I do, and I break out. Can't really tell it much, but every now and then I get that folliculitis, and I have to go get a prescription. I've tried different kind of creams and stuff, and I got a new cream now. I'm going to try it for a week, and if I don't see any improvement, I'm just gonna go on, make an appointment. Because last time, Dr. Parrish, I'd been on doxycycline, and it took care of it, and it would be good for a couple months. Well, the last time I went up there, I saw Dr. Parrish, and Dr. Parrish prescribed me an amoxicillin, because I had an ear condition. My ear was, I can't remember what it was doing. I think it was just popping, a constant popping. And she looked in there and she said it was a little bit cloudy down in there, and amoxicillin would probably take care of it. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, that amoxicillin, it cleared up that folliculitis, and it had been gone. Dang, I think I'd have to look, but I think it's probably, I'm gonna guess probably about 6 months. That's the longest it's ever gone, since the first outbreak I had. Most time it only lasts a couple months. So I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna see if I can get in and see Dr. Parrish, but my primary care is nurse practitioner Melissa Webster. She's awesome too, though. So I don't mind seeing either one of them. I even see another new one up there. Her name is Dr. Lufty. and she's really good too. So there's three up there that I see. Mainly, my primary care. Melissa Webster, she's really good, really talented. All of them are. So, everyone I get to see, I'll make do with it. I'll just tell them, here's what happened. And daggone, this shirt, I'm sorry, guys, this shirt is just like, I need a new one. I had this one. Drives me crazy, but it's a good sleep shirt. I got ready for bed. It's only 8 o'clock, but I'm an early to bed type of guy. Used to go to bed around 10. So, you know, Father's Day was good. Heard from every one of my kids. I was missing the living hell out of Luke. I've had really bad few months in that regard. I don't. Well, I don't function like I used to. But yeah, I don't function like I did before he left. And I've always wondered for the last year and a half, why are there certain things I can't get to go away, that I can't reconcile, that I can't make sense of? And then I got to doing some research, and this neurologist, his brain specialist, said they had studied the brain, the effects of the brain, the neurological effects of a child passing, and for people that loved their child and had that true parent-child bond, and that love was strong, that attachment was strong. When they lose that child, it actually it physically changes and reprograms your neurological pathways. It turns you into a totally different person. And there are things that you could do before that you won't be able to do now. There are things that will happen that you just can't explain. Like one of the things that I never could explain was, I knew why, but I didn't know physically why. There've been many mornings where I wake up, get up like I normally do, and before I can even think about anything, I just start crying. It's like, I guess it's kind of like my subconscious or my spirit or my soul or my heart reacts before I can even consciously think. I don't know, it's really odd. Things that I could do before that I can't do now. Sorry about that. Um, like I was telling my therapist today, we were talking, and I was telling him about that video and that study and how it had been proven. It literally changes. It literally changes you. And I used to be able to do numbers in my head so quick, just like that, just snap them off. Add, subtract, divide, multiply. Now, it's like that ability's just gone. It's gone. Things that I used to really enjoy doing, I have no desire to even do anymore. Like, I can't sit through a movie. I can barely, sometimes I don't even really can't sit through a TV program. There's really not any that I have any desire to watch anymore. And it's weird because it's one of the things that me and Luke really bonded over is our love of film and television. And now I just don't even, I give two craps less about it, about any of it. Can't concentrate. I can't concentrate long enough to read. I can have insane amounts of trouble problem solving and troubleshooting. Like I used to could. I'll never forget this. It took a year, and I was buying vehicles and fixing them and selling them. And Luke had this old Mitsubishi Eclipse, and I asked him, what are you going to do with that? Because it'd been sitting for a few years. He's like, well, I don't know. I just said, it's just so old. And it's set for so long. He said, I thought about just calling a junkyard to come pick it up. I said, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to try to get it up and going again. And if you decide you want to keep it, keep it. If you decide you want to sell it, you sell it. So it was actually me and his mom went in together, and that was his graduation gift. school from me and her to him. And I worked on it for about a week and got everything fixed on it. And he was out there with me, and I had them old crappy steel brake lines, so I ran all new brake lines to all four wheels, and I bent them, and uh, used my flare tool. I flared them, got it together. It took me about a day to do all that. We got it up and going. We got it out on the road and drove it, and it was just so smooth. And he was like, he's like, this is awesome. He's like, I had no idea that you knew how to do all this stuff. And I said, it's not that I was ever taught to do this stuff. It's that my mechanical aptitude is just through the roof. I don't know if it was growing up on a farm, such a small age. You don't run out and buy parts or call someone out to fix stuff. You have to do it on the fly. Figure it out as you go. And keep going. So, and that's what I told him. I said, I've never ran into anything that I couldn't do or couldn't figure out with enough time to do it and enough research on the subject to gain an understanding, just a basic understanding of what needs to happen. And he just, me and him, we were just so close. That's another thing. I haven't been able to work on anything the last year and a half. I can't make myself do anything like that. And if I do, I get up. My mind is racing all the time. I've got thoughts that some are clear and some aren't. I have a brain fog. I can't concentrate. I can't maintain focus at all for long. I have a very hard time being around people in general. I don't like going out by myself anywhere. I don't know. I've just got this. There's just something, and it's hard to explain. There's just something. I'm carrying something that I don't know. It's an unrealized, and it's hard to explain. I know other bereaved parents know what I'm talking about. You of course you carry your child in your heart, that love and all your emotions and all that. You carry that in your heart. You lock their memories away in a special place in your mind, so you'll always have those, because we are the keepers of their memories, because we've known them the longest. We know them the best. And I just really miss him. And I realized that the thing that, although I know I'll see him again in paradise, when my days are through here. And everything's going to be great. But I will never, what breaks me the most is I will never see him again in the capacity that he was while he was here on this earth. And I loved that version of him. It was just, it's just heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, soul crushing. I don't know. I watch videos of other bereaved parents and listen to them, and that they're going through the same thing. And there are some that the new ones, the new members of the club that we never wanted to be a part of. And I think, dude, I know that they don't understand yet that the further in you get, for me at least, the harder it's gotten, because it gets further away from the last time that I saw my son and I talked to him. I heard his voice. We discussed anything. And I'm just so afraid. I'm so afraid of losing any memory. Any memory. I don't want to lose any of them. So I'm constantly thinking about him. Constantly thinking about him. And I don't want to stop. Because I don't want to lose that. I don't even think I could stop if I tried, honestly. Because I've gone through the therapy and for a while I was a lot better than I have been lately. And I think it's because from when it happens to so far in, I don't think it fully registers until a certain amount of time has passed. And I don't think your mind can, because it's changed, it can't wrap around the logical aspect of they are really never coming back. They are gone. They are gone from this world. They're in heaven now with the Father and all of those that have gone on before us. And my spirit hasn't changed since it happened. I've known it. My spirit knows that he's better off, and he's happy, and he's taken care of, and he's at peace, and he's not hurting, and never will again. And he's with the Father, and he's with my dad, and he's with my grandparents, and he's with his grandparents. My spirit knows that. But my body, this flesh, it works differently. It's flawed. The flesh is flawed. The Bible says it plainly. It can't be perfect. It can't. There are things, and it was never. It's hard to explain. I think the best way to say it is our spirit is what goes to heaven, and our bodies are what lay in the ground and return to the dirt and to the ash and um, become a part of the earth again. And that's all it is. It's dust. It's dust. We're going back to dirt. And I just I just don't think that the mind, our minds, our brains, our minds, our consciousness, our the way we think. Losing a child is so unnatural and out of the realm of normalcy that the human brain has to in order to survive something like that, it has to change, which it does. Like I said, after seeing that study, it does change. And you can fool yourself into thinking that what you're doing is helping you. Or I did, in my experience. I thought, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And what I was doing was good. I was journaling, I was writing, a part of my support group. I was writing every day, talking to God every day, which I still do, and talking to Luke every day, which I still do. And, I was just, I think I was doing things to not have to face what really happened. I was in a long-term denial phase with what had happened, even though I was the one that had found him and we had the funeral. And I know, actually, I know, but I wasn't accepting, I don't think, until a year on. No, probably not a year on. Probably about 10 months, 9, 10 months on. The first 3 months, I was just comatose. I was zoned out. I was disassociating all the time, all day long. All I would do is sit in a recliner and eat and have the TV on for background noise and just some days I wouldn't even get out of bed for several days. And then, like I said, going on about 3 months, I finally started moving, started walking, started trying to lose some of the weight that I'd gained back, started journaling, doing this and that. I thought, the whole time broken, wearing a mask, I guess doing the things that I thought I should, that I had to be doing for some reason, but I didn't have to do them. Did they help me? Maybe in some sense they did, in keeping my mind occupied. So I wasn't in a constant state of despair. But when all that came crashing down and I had to face reality and my mind just, but when I finally realized that I could never get back to who I was before, it messed with me a little bit. Um, Gosh, what am I saying? I just don't, I still haven't reconciled it. And I think I haven't reconciled it completely and won't ever be able to because there was never any cause of death found. Um, Physically, it's just unknown, is what this death certificate says. Unknown. Unknown. How do I deal with that? If he was, if he'd had an illness, if he'd been in an accident, if something terrible had happened, at least I would have had a reason, a cause, something to help my mind, to help my mind. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say settle, but settle. I think maybe settle the mystery. It would answer the whys, the hows, because right now I have nothing. I have nothing. I mean, he went to sleep. At least he didn't suffer. I know that. I do know that. I guess that's a good. That is a good thing. That's a godsend. It's a gift. Knowing that he didn't suffer doesn't make it any. Doesn't make it any. Because I still don't know what happened. Does that make any sense? I don't know. All I know is I'm having a really hard time with it right now. And I do know that I'm never going to get back to who I was before. And I've lost a lot of things that made me me. And that makes me sad because I gotta find a new purpose. I mean, I still have my children. I want to take care of them and be with them. I love them. I'll always love them, take care of them, and be there for them. But there's got to be some kind of purpose behind all this. Change. I gotta find a new way. I gotta find my new way. And I'm trying different things. I'm so lost, so tired. I am just depleted emotionally. Emotionally, I am, I am way below empty. I don't even think there's any fumes left. I know there's something left because I feel sadness and I feel joy when I'm around my children and grandchildren and stepchildren. But other than that, it's despair and grief when I'm by myself. And people don't get it. I love my therapists. They're great. They've been there for me. They don't get it. They don't understand. You haven't lost a child. You can take your college degree and just flush that thing. It ain't gonna help. The thing that does help as far as the therapy and the therapist goes is having someone unbiased to talk to. That's what I love about it. And they try to help. They and give me their what they learned in college or whatnot, and what the protocol of their company is. They follow their protocols, and it's all a bunch of BS. A bunch of BS. No two people are the same. No two people are going to get through it the same way. No two people are going to feel the same way. It's all in a general area, but they're different. People are at different spots. So it can't be a universal thing. I guess I just get frustrated with all these therapists. And now my therapist, like I said, I love them. I love them to death. And I'm not going to say which one of them did, but what my therapist says to me in one of the sessions sounds to me like you're just giving up. And I wanted to say so bad, "What the F dare you say that to me when you've never lost a child and you have no clue? You don't even have an inkling, even an inkling of the toll that it takes on a person in the fast, crushing. I can't even put it into words. And you want to tell me it sounds like you're giving up? I haven't given up. If I would have given up, I would have took an early checkout. I didn't do that. Still here. I'm still fighting. Still loving my children. Still loving my God. Still talking to my son in heaven. Still trying. So take your giving up and shove it up your butt. Okay? But anyway, that's where I'm at with that. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I think this is the first time I've been on here in a month to make a new episode because I've just been so I don't even know the word for it. I want to say disconnected. Yeah, sounds as good a word as any. I've been so disconnected, but I'm I'm going to try to remedy that and get on here more often. Also, my nephew, his webcam went out, so I let him use my webcam for a little while, so that's another reason. But that wasn't the main reason. So anyway, I just want to talk about. No, I've been going 45 minutes. I'm gonna take 10 minutes here, and I'm just gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna talk about. No, you know what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about the truth about religion and God and Jesus and all that. I mean, everything's over. It's through the Bible. It was just a great book for us to learn about who our God is and who Jesus was and what He did and how He saved our everlasting souls. And He did His work. He only had a small work to do. The events of Revelation unfolded in and around from 65 to 71 AD, when the Roman army destroyed, absolutely demolished Israel and Jerusalem. They laid Jerusalem level with the ground. I mean, it didn't even look like it had ever been inhabited. And that was God's vengeance on what the Revelation calls Mystery Babylon. It was the unbelieving Jews, the Jews that had killed the prophets and the saints and had turned their backs on God again and again and again and again and again and again. And He finally just said, enough is enough. Sent His Son. His Son reconciled our souls back to God the Father. He delivered the kingdom of earth back up unto the Father, under the Father, and made Him all in all, the ruler of everything. Once again, prior to that, Satan had been the prince of this world. But Christ died, and he took and he with what He did, He destroyed and defeated the grave, sin, and Satan, and it's all over. And we're living in the new earth and the new heaven and in the new covenant, where our spirits are covered in the righteousness of God the Father. Nothing can remove us from Him now. Satan's done. Sin's dead. We cannot be taken away from the Father. That's because Christ did that. He became sin and died and was resurrected and preached his gospel and to all. And even people say, amen, and He's got to preach to all the world. He did. It says so. Paul said it. Paul said it in one of his books. Yeah, Corinthians, I think, but I might be wrong. I'm not a Bible scholar, but I could look it up. I do know it was Paul. I do know it was in one of his books. And then also Revelation. There was an angel flying throughout heaven as God had poured out the bowls of his anger and destruction on Jerusalem and destroyed it completely. There's an angel flying through heaven and uh, on earth saying that the gospel had reached uh, everyone. And well, that's how I know that it's all been done. It's all over. It's all over. It's been done. It's been documented. If you freaking don't listen to these, and I know that they don't know that they're brainwashed and they're indoctrinated, but these daggone preachers down here today that say they've been called to preach, they don't even have to preach the word today. You don't even have to believe it today. Because God did all that. He did that because man could not do it. You couldn't do it. None of you could do it. I couldn't do it. None of my friends or family could do it. Nobody. So God and Jesus had to do it for us. And they did it. And you going out here saying, I got to do these works, or I've got to give my life to Christ, or I got to do this or do that, thinking that there's something that you can do that will get you into heaven when there's not. There's nothing that you can do that can get you into heaven. And you never could, because you're this flesh. You fall short every time. And you don't sin now. Sin's over with. If you say you've sinned now, then my goodness, you're basically spitting in the face of the Son of God, because you're saying that he died on the cross for nothing. Debate me. Anybody debate me. Debate me. I don't care. I've got God in my corner. I'll tell you how it is. Oh, you judgmental Christians. That's another thing. My anger here lately has been overdrive, and I get very irritable very easily. But it just burns my butt that these people think that they're better than anybody else when we're all the same. And it even says in the Bible that God had to bind us all together in disobedience, so he could save us all. Because that's the only thing that we all had in common, was disobedience, disobeying God, not following the rules. Never have been able to, and never will be able to, and there ain't no person on this earth that ever has or ever will except for Christ Jesus. And that ain't even his name anymore, and I bet y'all didn't even know that, did you? Well, it changed when he delivered the kingdom back up to God. We're to worship God the Father now. Not Jesus. Not his Son. Once he delivered it all back to God, he became subject unto the Father again. It says it in Revelation. Read your Bible, people. Stop listening to these stupid preachers. Use a little common sense, a little critical thinking. I know that our government in this world has brainwashed and indoctrinated probably 99.9% of you. But if you take a step back out of the freaking crap, cut down the noise, and do a little critical thinking, a little research of your own, talk to God one-on-one without any preconceived notions, just maybe you'll get there. Maybe you'll understand it. As in Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 10. That is why we strive. Because Yeah, it says, this, that is why we labor and strive, because we put our hope in the living God. The living God, not Jesus, not Christ, in the living God who is the Savior of all people, not some people, not just the Catholics, not just the Baptists, not just the atheists, or the Jews, or the agnostics, or the Buddhists, who is the Savior of all people, and especially of those who believe. So you don't even have to believe, and you're already saved, and you're going to heaven when you leave this world behind. No matter if you love God or if you don't, He loves you, and He's taking you home to heaven to be with Him. And He's going to take that part of you that thinks that you're better than believing in a God that you can't see. So you're going to be agnostic. He's going to take that part of your personality. He's going to rip that out. And He's going to throw that and all the other undesirable traits that you have into the lake of fire and burn them up. And you're going to be in heaven. You're going to be perfect. You ain't going to have those negative traits anymore. That's why John saw people being put into the lake of fire. And Revelation was written, signified, and signified means in symbols and in translations and such and so forth. So when he was seeing people being put into the lake of fire, it wasn't the people, it wasn't their spirit, their everlasting souls to be in a place, a burning lake of fire to live for all eternity. What kind of God and Father would do that? Not a loving one, I'll tell you that. It was the Middle Ages and the old nasty anti-pope popes that put that shit into the Bible and ruled with fear. And it was the Emperor Constantine that started this Christianity. People think that it started by some naivete. He was coming back when you think he'd already been here by now. He already came back. Came back in the first century. He told the people, some of you will not even taste death before you see me coming in my glory, returning in my glory. It's crazy that people don't understand it. But I'm going to get off here. It's been an hour. Hour's long enough. I love y'all. I get frustrated. I get excited when I talk about that because it just makes me a little bit upset. These people think they're holier than thou. And these people like Joel Osteen and Kenneth Copeland and Jesse Duplantis that have all these mega millions. They're filled with evil spirits. I mean, that's just all there is. those evil spirits will be removed from them, and they'll be in heaven too. That's fine. But what they're saying is not right. It's not right. It's very misleading, and it is downright. It's a lie. And they're hurting and taking advantage of people. But that part of them, that nasty part of them, is going to be ripped out and thrown into the lake of fire. Okay, well, no, like I said, I'm going to go, but I love y'all. Kiss your kids, give them hugs, tell them you love them. Don't let a day go by without doing that. Tell your spouse you love them. Tell your mommy, your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, everybody in your life. Tell them you love them. And y'all stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. I know it's tough sometimes. I've been walking through the valley of the shadow of death for a long time. I have no fear because I know that God's with me. I don't fear death. I don't fear dying. I welcome it. I'm ready to go home, but I'll never take the early checkout. I've got kids here that I love and I want to see grow. But it's a strange feeling when you want that as much as you want to go home and be with the Lord and be with your son that's been gone, that left early. I can't explain. It's an oxymoron. I don't know. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Until then.